You have to know. Again. La responsabilité. Oh, nice. There's some money. This is also the way around, Kim. We have found something beautiful. A big wine canister, open and empty. I think we found him. Wait.
It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Oh no.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Is that the working class husband? Don't know.
It is death. It must be.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Careful here, these floorboards look rotten and weak.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the
You see
kebab.
traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet.
What about the cigarettes?
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Again.
Red Astra is the black market version of Astra cigarettes, known for their high tar content.
And the
2
tear.
empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
Lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the
He
smell.
shakes his head with genuine sadness.
What's here? We cannot bear this. This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years. Wait, we've seen something here. There was something. It's a long way down to your death from here, 20 meters at least.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Hold on.
Lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. 2 bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Stands up and shivers. A gust of wind blows through his jaw.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
What is on the wrapper?
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too?
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
What was the bottle?
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing.
Too much.
There's hardly
vodka.
anything left inside.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
True. It feels disrespectful.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
Must have died there from the cold.
This is what killed him. This is where he came out of himself, drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
Oh, that's
I don't
terrible.
see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just the one at the back of his head.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboard.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Step
The
back.
entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
The man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
He had a good time at
A
least.
cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no, this sounds terribly familiar.
What about his
You
pockets?
find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
And the man?
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
What did he look like?
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last. That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well.
Is this the working class husband?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
Look south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
We know who this is. It's the working class woman's missing husband, dead on the boardwalk.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband?
Because it's the most working class death you've ever seen.
It's the most working class way to go, completely alienated and forgotten.
Yes, but what actual facts do you have that connect him with this woman you met at the book stand?
The leather jacket. It matches her description perfectly.
The bright blue lining? Well, he's definitely someone's husband.
Well, yeah. What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Maybe it was something else. Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
Could it be related to the lynching, Robbie?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Agreed. If this somehow converges later, why not? But keep it simple for now.
You think he was drunk?
Oh yes.
Lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Okay.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure. although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him? Take him with us?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
We found him. We should finish this.
Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member.
Look at the back side.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55 211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Billie Jean. Look inside.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Cool. Can we get anything
There's
out
some
of this? No. So sad we have to leave him here. Or do we? Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. The wind is so strong.
A man lies on the boardwalk. His
Well, sometimes it ends like this. But often moonshine smells like tasty fermentation. There's moonshine around. Sometimes it ends with death. Death all around here. We've found him. Could we have saved him? I don't think. I don't think. Let's go back to the rain, the calming rain. We checked Land's End. We need the boardwalk. We need the island. The ice cream maker should be open now. Oh, we could go back. We should tell her. We'll do that, Kim. We will return to whence we came from. Through strange bridges into another strange reality. We need to know. Ruby's not going to be here, or is she? Do you know about more?
Tequila?
No, no, no. Today I'm not tequila. Today I'm Arrière Dubois. The cop. The cop I am.
The waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards.
We need your help. Maybe you can help us contact the strange thing on top of it all.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Nothing, apparently. We'll return to you and this world in another time, another place, another paradise, maybe. Thank you for being here with us. Hey, Kim. Hey, everyone. The walker was confused or out of his mind. That burial is gonna wait. But we're gonna get back. Extremely soon. Is there something in here now?
All the traps are stocked now.
The times are dark times. We'll get through this together. It's the darkest way to the woman. She thought she would have him for another 20 years. But so much can happen in 20 years. Oh, our car is still there.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
Yeah. Has she disappeared now? I knew it. She has disappeared now. You know, maybe tomorrow. But we'll end this with a success. We need to give Morel the peace he needs. And her wife, of course. Where's Morel?
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
The elderly woman smiled up at you hopefully. I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
She manages a smile for you.
Her smile is weary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Once more onto the breach, then.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
No, it's nothing.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you.
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not that.
She doesn't know how to end the sentence. What is it?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream? Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
So you haven't seen it. I should arrest you for lying. No. You seem to really believe it happened. Doesn't that count for something?
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence, that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything. He's hiding. These things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit.
Yeah, we'll tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
Time, diligence, and care. And I need something good here.
All qualities these two seem to share in abundance.
Time, diligence, and care. Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the Phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the Phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
You know, this reminds you of the Pericarnassian theory of love. In essence, love is a relay out of death. Generation by generation, our love remains in our progeny. Lay some of that on her.
You know, the Pericarnassians theorized that love was the key to immortality.
Oh, sweetie, I don't think the Pericarnassians were thinking of people in my situation.
She looks down at her legs.
I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived, on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
He'd still be into you. That's not how these things work.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian Phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either, right?
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that, I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
No one can stop you from finding the Phasmid.
Can I have your address, just in case there's news?
Okay. It's 1113 Tabernacle Road. Jamrock, but
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
It's been a pleasure, ma'am. No, be careful out there, Lena.
you too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
Sentence remains
A
unfinished.
waste of time. A dream. A lie. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine sputters quietly as
That
she
wasn't
gets
quietly.
to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's snowing.
We should go too.
Somewhere out there, a kilometer to the southeast, a gust of wind shakes the felled building, rattling dusty windows, beckoning with strange coldness. To ask the wind once more.
The strange wind.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well, bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Well, goodbye for now, Gotti. Goodbye for now. What could we look into? Could be something unlocked here. Some kind of superstar. What don't we need? White morning? The lily of the valley, bringing of the law. The Gemrock shuffle. Fair weather tea. The litany of contact mic? No. Wasteland of reality. Suicide of Krasmazov, jamais vu. Derealization. They seem... Aha. One you must truly complete. Jamais vu. Derealization. We must know more about this. And nothing can stop us. Maybe it's all a dream? What about
The
you,
man ponders his cooking. You see,
Still
the heavy
not
it
open.
could be connected to the barred door upstairs.
Yeah, it's probably. But how do we open this? We won't find out tonight. There's much more to do. After a little pause and a coffee. Thank you. Happy gaming. See you soon. Oh, what a wig that is. Blackout drunk. Here I come. Nah. You won't. He's taking care of that. You're that big softy here. What are we going to do? Gonna find everything out. See you soon and happy gaming. Until next time.